The Antarctica, the southernmost continent on our planet, is one of the most inhospitable and coldest regions on Earth. With 98% of its surface covered in ice, it is an extreme environment, but essential for global climate balance. This vast frozen expanse holds ancient secrets and stories in its icy depths, but now, those stories are being unearthed at an alarming rate. In recent years, Antarctica's glaciers have begun to show worrying signs of fragility. In 2010, a 60-mile-long iceberg calved from Mertz Glacier in East Antarctica in a dramatic event that caught the world's attention. Large icebergs form when massive chunks of ice break off in a process known as calving. But what is causing these events to occur more frequently? Global warming, driven by the growing emission of greenhouse gases, is the main culprit. Carbon dioxide, released mainly by burning fossil fuels, is trapping heat in Earth's atmosphere, causing average temperatures to rise. In Antarctica, this results in accelerated melting and rising sea levels. Antarctica is home to unique fauna, particularly emperor penguins, which depend on sea ice to raise their young. However, with the melting of glaciers, the habitat of these animals is shrinking. Furthermore, increased ocean acidity due to the absorption of carbon dioxide directly affects krill populations, one of the main food sources for penguins, whales, and seals. Many people are involved and seek to find solutions to save these animals. Our team did some interviews. Let's hear what the environmental researcher Antonio Marcos has to tell us about the extreme environment in which these majestic birds live.
Antarctica is one of the most impossible places on Earth. Wind temperatures that can drop -8 degrees Celsius in some areas during the winter. It's a frozen space that covers about 40 million square kilometers, 98% of which is covered by a thick ice sheet. The average thickness of the ice is around 2.1 kilometers, making Antarctica the largest reservoir of fresh water in the planet. Besides its importance as global climate regulator, Antarctica is home to a surprisingly diverse array of wildlife that was adapted to these extreme conditions. However, climate change is beginning to affect its frozen landscape, averaging temperatures in West Antarctica, for example, have rising been about 0 degrees Fahrenheit since 1957, and the ocean water surrounding the continents are warming in the alarming rates.
In search of more information, our team interviewed the geologist Enzo Muskov, who will provide information on the case of ice shelf collapse.
The collapse of ice shelves in the West Antarctica is a clear example of how climate change is transforming our planet. One of the most notable cases was the collapse of the Larsen B ice shelf in 2002. This event shocked the scientific community because the ice shelf, which was about 220 meters thick and covered an area of around 1,250 square miles, disintegrated within matter weeks. We witnessed a solid structure which had existed for thousands of years break apart of thousands of icebergs and sluice ice. But what's even more concerning is that the collapse of ice shelves like Larsen B is not isolated incident. Between 2000 and 2009, other major ice shelves in the West Antarctica followed the same path, collapsing and contributing to sea level rise.
Although polar bears are native to the Arctic, the region opposite Antarctica, they face similar challenges. With Arctic ice rapidly disappearing, polar bears have less space to hunt and survive. This is a reminder that the impact of global warming is global, affecting both the north and south of the planet. The case of polar bears and the ecosystem does not end here. Biologist Felipe Lemos talks about important things in his interview.
Polar bears are highly dependent on sea ice for hunting and breeding. Global warming is accelerating the melting of the ice in the Arctic. Ice forms later in the winter and melts earlier in the spring, reducing the time available for bears to hunt seals, their primary prey. Additionally, the loss of ice forces bears to swim long distance in search of food, which is particularly dangerous for cubs and young bears. The loss of ice also affects the structure of the Arctic ecosystem. The reduction in sea ice harms not only polar bears but also other species that rely on this habitat, such as seals and seabirds. The impact is felt throughout the Arctic food chain, demonstrating how climate change is destabilizing the ecological balance of the Arctic.
What happens in Antarctica doesn't just stay in Antarctica. Melting glaciers contribute to rising sea levels, threatening coastal cities around the world. Furthermore, melting changes ocean currents and weather patterns, increasing extreme events such as storms and droughts. In this documentary, we will follow biologist Gabriel de Brito, who came from Brazil to be part of our exploration. He reports that he is super excited to get to know Antarctica.
Guys, I'm biologist Gabriel de Brito, and I want you to accompany me on a long trip to Antarctica. I already have my coat here. My flight is super delayed. Guys, I really want to see the penguins, the polar bears, everything. Everything there is to see there. I want to touch the ice. I want to know what the cold is like there. Guys, let's do it together.
After some time, Gabriel de Brito joins a member of our team, the zoologist Felipe Martins, and after arriving at Antarctica, they quickly go to see the penguin.
Hello, my name is Martins, my friend Gabriel.
Hello guys, we've already arrived here in Antarctica, and oddly enough, we've already arrived here ahead of the penguins. This wonderful group, people. Just look, perfect group. These animals are incredible. They are so cute. Guys, I was really looking forward to seeing these animals, which are spectacular. In fact, the group, when they move, when they walk, looks like a scene, a theater. This is spectacular. Guys, the flight too. From up there, you could see everything perfectly. What the ice was like. The most perfect thing I've ever seen in my life. And now I'm going to pass my part on to my friend Martins, who will talk a little more about this.
Incredible. Day is reality active today. Look at what they heard. Facility to watch there's navigate there's technique having with two short legs. They cover a lot of growth efficiently, and when that's lead on just balance. It's like they have put this to everyone. It's communicated. This something else thought they like using charcoals to remove this head impression. Western interact and trade with their past condition is truly inspirations. Every moment where test penguins tests was more about their previous resilience.
Soon after, they approach the polar bears carefully and soon address important questions about them.
Guys, we're talking a little lower here in the video because we're close to the polar bears. We are a little afraid that something will happen because we know what this can bring us. But guys, they are super mega fantastic animals. We wanted to show it later, but I wanted to talk a little about what's happening to them. I'm very sad to say this because their habitat is being destroyed by humans. Global warming is destroying animals. It's destroying all the ice they have here. Unfortunately, this is where they live, where they hunt, where they live. So I'm very sad to say this, but at the same time, I'm very relieved. Because just thinking which are super mega perfect animals, fantastic animals. Look, I have nothing bad to say about these animals. I wanted to show you they are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I will pass the word now for Martins and he will talk to you a little more.
Seeing a polar bear up close is amazing, which is stark. Reminder of their stories, winter is meeting witches, losing their own bones, and have to travel. Front's food, wings is exercises is crucial when are to move pro project. It is update and scourges of survival.
Despite the challenges, there is still hope. Scientists around the world are intensely studying changes in Antarctica to better understand what's to come. At the same time, global efforts are underway to reduce carbon emissions and protect our planet. What is at stake is not just the future of remote regions, but the survival of all species, including our own. Antarctica, with its beauty and mystery, reminds us of the Earth's fragility. The future of this icy continent and all the life forms it supports depends on actions taken now. It is up to each of us to protect this unique planet and ensure that future generations can also contemplate the eternal ice of Antarctica. And this was the documentary created by our group and an unexpected member. I hope you liked it and appreciated it. And so we said goodbye.
Hello, my name is Martins, this is my friend Gabriel. Não!
Eu sou o biólogo Gabriel de Brito e eu quero que vocês me acompanhem a Polo